Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a topic that sounds like it's straight out of a movie, but it's happening right now: smart cities. We're going to break down how the very same tech that's designed to make our lives better also creates some brand new, really complicated problems for national security.
So let's just start with a huge idea. I want you to imagine a city that isn't just concrete and steel, but is actually a living, thinking system. A city that can feel what's going on, crunch the numbers, and react all in real time to make life better for everyone in it.
And look, this isn't some distant sci-fi future. It's here. The core tech is already being woven into the fabric of our cities. We're talking about traffic lights that change on their own to clear up a jam, or power grids that can predict a surge in demand and stop a blackout before it even starts. The smart city has arrived.
Okay, so to really get a handle on what's at stake, we first need to all get on the same page. What exactly is a smart city?
At its heart, it really all comes down to data. A smart city uses this massive web of sensors to gather info on pretty much everything, from how the traffic is flowing to the quality of the water. And all that information is then used to run the city's resources way more efficiently, promising a safer, better life for everyone.
So how does all this stuff actually work together? Well, the best way to think about it is like a living thing, It's got its very own digital nervous system.
It's basically a four-layer system. First, you've got the sensors. These are the city's eyes and ears, collecting data from everywhere. Second, you have the networks, the nerves that shoot that data around at lightning speed. Third, AI and analytics act as the brain, processing all that information and making sense of it all. And finally, you've got the control systems, the muscles, that actually do things like change a traffic light or redirect electricity. And this gets us to the real heart of the issue. It's a classic double-edged sword. On one side, you have this incredible promise of making everything run smoother and safer. But on the other side, every single one of those connections, every sensor, every device, creates a new potential weak spot. This amazing efficiency comes with some pretty amazing risks.
Which brings us right to the core of the problem when we talk about national defense. Because, well, if you can connect everything to make it smarter, you can also hack everything to bring it crashing down.
I mean, just think about the targets. An attacker doesn't need a bomb to create total chaos anymore. A single cyber attack on a smart energy grid, that could mean widespread blackouts. Hacking into the water system, you could trigger a massive public health crisis. And can you just imagine the gridlock, the total paralysis, if someone took control of the entire transportation network?
And these vulnerabilities, what security experts call the attack surface, it's everywhere. Take out the communication networks, and it's like cutting the city's brain off from its body. Hack into building management systems, and you could get into supposedly secure areas. And every single smart device, from a traffic sensor to a public camera, becomes a potential doorway for a hacker.
So here's the really crucial point to grasp. This isn't just about sabotage anymore. An adversary doesn't have to physically blow up a bridge. They can digitally take control of the city's own systems and turn them into weapons against the people who live there.
The threats themselves come in a few different flavors. You got your direct cyber attacks, right? Things like ransomware that can hold a city's essential data hostage. Then you've got information warfare, using digital channels to spread lies and chaos and just destroy public trust. And then there's the really stealthy stuff, espionage. These are often what are called advanced persistent threats, or APTs, which are basically long-term, quiet hacking campaigns designed to sneak into systems and just wait.
Okay, so knowing about all these new weak spots, how does this completely change the way a country has to think about defending itself?
This shows the huge shift we're talking about. In traditional warfare, the battlefield was physical territory. You targeted things like bridges or power plants. But in this digital age, the battlefield is both physical and digital. The key targets are now data centers and communication networks. And what you need to win isn't just superiority on the ground anymore, it's information dominance.
So what this really all boils down to is that cybersecurity is no longer some side issue for the IT guys. It has become an absolutely central skill for national defense. It means defense planning has to prioritize cyber, develop whole new ways of thinking about digital conflict, and build tight partnerships between the military and civilian sectors to protect our cities.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? In this new world, being able to control the flow of information and keep our digital systems safe is every bit as important as controlling the skies or the seas. It's a top-tier military goal.
And finally, we have to remember this isn't just a tech problem or a military problem. The rise of smart cities brings up some pretty profound questions for all of us, for our whole society.
We're facing some very real human dilemmas here. For instance, How do we find the right balance between security and our right to privacy when there are sensors everywhere? How do we make sure that the benefits of a smart city are for everyone and don't just create new kinds of inequality? And maybe the trickiest one of all, can we really trust the AI, the algorithms, to make fair choices when they're in charge of everything from public safety to who gets what resources?
Ultimately, I think it comes down to this really powerful idea. The security and the trustworthiness of our big cities are now completely tied to the security of the nation itself. A nation just can't be secure if its cities are vulnerable.
And that leaves us with one final and kind of chilling question to think about. In our race to build these amazing, efficient, intelligent cities of the future, are we accidentally building the perfect weapon for someone else to use against us? It's a double-edged sword, and one we're going to have to navigate very, very carefully.